I have had a couple of police wives in the DMs chatting about feeling disconnected with their officer. And this is definitely something that I have been through with Rick and that have helped wives to feel closer, to feel like they are connected to their husband. They are a true partner in this life together. That is something that I help wives with. And I would say one common theme that a lot of wives are doing and is creating challenges for them in this is that they are trying to communicate with their officer in two ways. One, kind of at like the wrong time when they aren't as open to chatting and talking, and maybe they haven't even processed like what happened at work yet. And that would be either like on the actual shift day or that first day off, or they are trying to get them to communicate in a way that their officer doesn't really communicate that way. And let me explain more. I have found that Rick and I both communicate in very different ways. One, I tell like all the details of a story, and we were listening to a comedian that was saying that women tend to kind of like talk around, and we're telling this whole big story and the man's response is nothing happened in that story. To us, there's like all this emotion going on and all this stuff, but to men, it's a very practical life that they live, and they're kind of big things that happen aren't necessarily the same things that we would see as big. So over time, I've had to learn that like Rick isn't always going to tell me all the dirty details of like what happened at work. Sometimes he doesn't want to talk, and that's true for my relationship, but it might not be true for yours. But what I have found is like when he wants to talk, it's when he's most relaxed and chill. And it's days later, like maybe even months later after the event occurred, will I hear about it. What is so true for you is that if you are feeling disconnected from your officer, I want you to think about what would truly make you feel better. So do you need him to tell you about your day? Do you need him to tell you that he loves you? Do you need to make sure you talk every day? Because that is something that is very true, that like we might not see our officers every day. Do you need to text every day? Do you need to like have a sit down, like kind of schedule time once a week where you can just like connect, hang out, chat? You can tell him about your day, he can tell you about his as much as he wants to. What is it for you? And so I think a lot of times we don't really think about that. We're just kind of like asking for more and more and more from our officer, but we're and our partner, but we're not really thinking about what is it? What do we need? So whenever I coach my clients, I ask them to really reflect on this, and then be really direct with your officer about what would really help you, and I think you will find that they will respond well to that.